Do you love your car to be nice and clean? Are you tired of having to piece together different brands and products? Well, if you said yes, then this video is for you. Now let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sigma Real Estate Studios. And today we're looking at a local company here in New York that's getting down and dirty while our cars are getting nice and clean. And they go by the name of Limitless Car Care. Now, there's something about a clean car that makes you fall in love with it all over again. If you're anything like me, then cleaning your car and keeping it clean is very important to you. As a realtor, I do like keeping my car clean and organized. After all, it's my second office. I have to keep the Realtor-mobile clean at all times. That's right, I called it the Realtor-mobile. If it's filthy and unorganized, that won't say much about me as an agent. Now, I was having a hard time cleaning my car. See, my schedule is very demanding, and I don't always have a lot of free time. Yes, I can take it to somebody else to clean, but I really enjoy cleaning the car myself. However, there are parts of cleaning my car that I despise, like drying. If I don't dry it fast enough, then you can see the water spots, and all of that time and effort is wasted. So I reached out to my local detailer, George, to put this stuff called ceramic coating on my car. Now, this stuff will help water bead off much quicker, and it'll also make it easier to dry, therefore solving my problem. Before this process can be done, the car has to be clean top to bottom, okay? This stuff acts like a sealant, so if there's any imperfection in the paint, dust, dirt, grime, debris, anything, that's gonna get trapped in there. And every time you look at your car in the sun, you're gonna see all that dirt underneath that layer, and unless you strip this stuff down, you won't be able to get it off. Now, the cool thing I realized was that George was using a different product for each component of the car. So parts of my car are metal, parts of it are plastic, parts of it are gloss trim, parts of it are carbon fiber. So for months leading up to this day, I would just spend time browsing online, reading reviews, looking at different companies, shopping on Amazon to find products for all of this. Every time I asked, what should we use for this, he pulled out a specific product from them. Now, this is amazing because I can now order all of their products as a one-stop shop for my car. But the question remains, do they actually work? Well, enough about me talking, and let's see this stuff at work from start to finish. Oh, by the way, I actually drove the car through a gravel road after we did all of this just to see how good it really is. You be the judge. Big heads up though, don't do this in the sun, okay? Although we washed the car in the sun, we ended up moving it into a garage, okay? If you ask anybody, and if you read any articles about cleaning your car, they say doing it directly in the sunlight is the worst thing you could possibly do. So we didn't do this process in the sun. We moved it to a garage. So first up, he started with this stuff called Retaliate, which is the company's wheel cleaner. Now, at this moment in time, we're not going to coat the wheels with ceramic, just the car. However, eventually it is something that I'm going to be doing. Now, as soon as this stuff is applied to the wheels, you automatically see this red color. And that's basically the brake dust and all the garbage on the wheels breaking down. I think it's iodizing is the phrase or the word. I'm not 100% sure, but it works. Just make sure with this stuff, do not, absolutely do not let it dry on the wheels. It can ruin them. So if you don't know how to detail your car fast enough, then feel free to clean one wheel at a time, wash it, and then move to the next. That's actually how I do it because I'm not really in a rush when I'm cleaning my car. I like taking my time, but I also don't want to let this stuff dry. So I'll clean one wheel, wash it, and then we're good. Next up, we have to strip it down from any imperfections that it might have and give it a nice wash. This is my all-time favorite part of washing, and they even have their own foam cannon to use with their soap. And check out the foam. Okay, so at this point, he also used a sponge to clean off the dirt, but I'm not going to sit here and show you the sponge because obviously we know how to use a sponge.
So, a little walkthrough of how we're going to do it when we get it back in the garage. It's going to be dry. I'm going to go ahead and start by removing any swirl marks. So first we're going to clay it. Then we're going to go through. We're going to buff the car, polish it, make sure there's no swirl marks in it. Then remove any contaminants, wax and grease remover, anything like that. And then Gtechniq sells a kit which has panel wipe. So we're going to go over it twice with panel wipe, make sure there's nothing left on the paint, pull it off, strip it, and then we're going to coat it. After it coats, it has to flash dry or dry for at least 24 hours, no water on it for at least, they say 48 hours. I kind of like to do like a 3-day rule, so just don't let it for 3 days, let it harden up, and then the final product awaits. So that's the other thing. A lot of people are like, yeah, I want ceramic coating because it, it keeps it, like, it's easier to clean. It also keeps it clean because with it taking out the, the texture in the paint by pretty much putting a glaze over it, dirt doesn't stick to it. So your car's going to stay cleaner much longer, and in return, you're washing it less. And then when you do wash it, it's super easy to wash afterwards.
Okay, so this is gonna take some time, so I won't show everything he does, but basically he has to apply the ceramic now with a tiny little pad. So you have to use this super slow on every piece of the car. You steal a baby sock. So what have you done so far?
Everything, pretty much. We just have to do the second coat, which is Gtechniq XO. And that's going to give you more of like that crazy beading, extra shine.
So I could just wash this and not dry it.
Yeah, but you can't wash it for a couple days. Shouldn't wash it for a couple days.
Before the second and final coat, we're going to take it outside quickly to see if there are any imperfections that need to be touched up. A little bit here by the tail. Last but not least, he's using Grip Gloss V2, which is a non-slick tire shine, which honestly I am very skeptical about. Comment down below if you think that this stuff actually works, or if you think that this is just a gimmick. What is that one?
Grip Gloss V2. You're not going to get streaks and black dirt and everything on your bumper from the tire.
So basically other rim and tire cleaners sling this stuff off and it hits your paint.
Yep, it just works.
It just
Things
works.
work, you don't change them.
That's it. Grip Gloss, it just works.
V2.
The following day. All right, the true test. Okay, finally the car has had the chance to sit overnight and I can take it home with me. But before I take it home, I want to go get it a little dirty to see, does this stuff work or is it just a bunch of mumbo jumbo? So this is the gravel road I just drove over to get to this spot. Now, why this spot? Well, it's an old abandoned schoolhouse and it looks really cool. Wanted to get a picture of my car for Halloween, so this area was perfect. Now, I'm actually shocked at how well this stuff is holding up. There's no dust on the car. The even crazier thing is, look at the tires. They are still black and shiny. Meanwhile, you can see the areas of the tire that don't have Grip Gloss V2 on it that are now covered in dust. One other thing that I wanted to do is I want to make sure this stuff actually lasts on the car and is not just gonna disappear tomorrow. So why don't we take a walk outside really fast and we'll go throw some water at the car and I'll kind of show you what it looks like after 3 weeks. Here we are 3 weeks after getting this stuff applied to my car, and long story short, it's still nice and clean. So it's been about 3 weeks. We've had rain at least 3 times since then, and I also ended up getting stuck behind a cement truck that had dust flying off, like all the entire back, just dust flying everywhere, and still spotless. But here's actually where I'm very shocked. Take a look at this. Get you nice and low to the ground. So on the outer wall, we had that tire cleaner that George was telling us about that he used. And then as soon as you go in there, like, you could see the difference. Now, obviously, yes, the lower portion of it does get used a lot more when it's on the road. Obviously, you're not driving here on the sidewall. But still, I mean, for it to be pretty clean, and look at the rim. The rim is disgustingly dirty with brake dust. Like I mentioned, we didn't use the Ceramic Pro on this, but it's going to happen. I will take the wheels off and we will end up doing it. And for the fun part, and the part I want to make sure still works, good old water test. Just beads everywhere. I can now say beyond a reasonable doubt, this stuff is definitely worth it, and Limitless is my newfound savior for keeping the Realtomobile nice and clean. If you have a local business that you think has exceptional products or service, please drop them in the comments below. We're always looking to help out local businesses. So if you know of one, let us know and we'll help them out. And until next time, you know the drill, folks. Come on, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell, and I will see you here next time. I'm your host, Jimmy O'Done, and this is the Sigma Real Estate Studios. Ciao.